Hi, Daryl from Golden Spiral Media here today with a video to help you figure out the best microphone for your budget when it comes to podcasting. There are a lot of microphones out there to choose from, and it can quickly get overwhelming and become confusing. So this video will help you today to figure out the right microphone. Now keep in mind that this video is not intended to represent the full selection of good microphones that are available for podcasting. Instead, what it's intended to do is to take 3 different microphones from 3 different budget levels and show you what they're capable of, so that no matter what your budget level is, you can find a good microphone for you. And by hearing the differences and the similarities between these 3 microphones, you'll be able to cut through some of the microphones that are out there and hopefully come to a good decision much more quickly. Now, I also have some other equipment at play here in my mix, so I want to briefly go through that so that you get a full understanding of all the equipment I'm using to do this video today. I am not doing any enhancements or post-production on the audio. The audio that you hear is coming straight from the microphones right into my digital audio recorder, which I'll talk about here in just a minute. So just so you know, and you'll be able to hear the clear differences of each of these microphones. The microphone that I'm using right now is the Heil PR40, and it represents the highest budget range of the microphones that I'm demonstrating today. This microphone runs about $300. It's a large diameter microphone. It's a dynamic microphone. In fact, all 3 of these microphones are dynamic microphones. Simply put, all that means is they're not going to pick up every piece of sound and noise that you have. You're going to need to have them close to your mouth as a result of that, but they're not going to catch as much of the ambient noise, air conditioning, noise happening in the other room, and the likes of that. So they're really good podcasting microphones, all 3 of these dynamic microphones, and I definitely recommend a dynamic versus a condenser mic for your podcasting. So the Heil PR40, $300 is the top of the line microphone. Our mid-range microphone here is a Shure SM58. This microphone has been around forever, and it's tried and true. I'll talk more about it when I start using it in a moment. And then our entry-level microphone here is the Technica ATR2100. This microphone runs about $50. It had been running about $30, but there's been some price changing on that, and so it's coming in between $30 and $50 now. And I don't think I mentioned that the Shure SM58 is about $100, $99 typically. I also have 3 microphone stands in play here. This one here is the one that I have is not being produced any longer, but the one that I have found that is most similar to it in terms of the way it connects to the desk, which you can't see, it's just off camera here, and it's a good solid clamp, and also in the way that it moves and articulates, pivots. So the stand that I would recommend that's most like this one is made by Rode. It's the PSA1, the Rode PSA1, and that will run you about $99. Now this mic stand that I'm using here for the Shure SM58, this is made by OnStage. It's the DS7200B, and you can see here it has a nice solid metal base. This the neck part of the stand will go up and down, and I'll demonstrate that in just a moment. So that this mic stand runs about $13. The final mic stand that I have here is produced by Hamilton, and this is the New Era, NU Era, and it runs about $12. It also will move up and down. Now, these 2 stands obviously very similar in their size, but I use them for some very distinct purposes, and I'll talk about that when I get to each of those microphones in just a minute. The mixer that I'm using today, this is a Mackie mixer. It's an 802 VLZ3. Now, this specific model has been discontinued by Mackie. They've upgraded it and replaced it with the 802 VLZ4. And so if you're looking for a mixer, this one runs about $200. It's a very nice, high-quality mixer, as you can tell by the sound that it's delivering right now. And so you can find these in a lot of places, Amazon, for example. And this is the Mackie 802 VLZ3, as I said, replaced by the VLZ4. Another piece of equipment that I have here in place today is my digital audio recorder that I mentioned a little bit ago. This is made by Zoom. It is my favorite audio recorder, the one I prefer because of the great battery life that it has. It is very easy to read the readout, which you can't see. It's facing me. Very clear and easy to read and follow. The power adapter is not some sort of proprietary power adapter. Instead, you can use a mini USB cable with any type of USB wall jack that you might have for an iPhone or something like that. So it makes it a very versatile as well. So it's a very nice, dependable digital audio recorder. This is the H2n, and again, that's by Zoom. The only other thing I think I need to talk about here is the windscreen. You can see that all three of these microphones have black foam windscreens on there. Now, when we started podcasting, we started out with those big foam with the flexible neck on there. And what I discovered is after a while, the neck gets loose and it's kind of janky. And the big head on those, it made it difficult if I had a laptop or something sitting on my desk that I was trying to read from, like some notes that I had taken, the pop filter often got into my line of sight. So these accomplish the same thing, obviously not impeding my line of sight at all, and they're very cheap. This one here that I had sitting around the studio is from Wind Tech, and I think I paid about $3 for this one. You can also get some from OnStage via Amazon for about 99 cents. So they're very cheap and inexpensive, but also do a great job of keeping out the popping P's and some of the mouth noise and stuff like that. The other great thing about these is, like right now, I'm in the process of getting over a head cold. If I'm sick or one of my co-hosts is sick, as soon as we kind of get over the crud, I'll take these and just throw them away. They're so inexpensive. You know there are germs and saliva and stuff. It's gross, I know, but you know it's in there. So you can throw those away, and it's real cheap and inexpensive to replace. I also forgot to mention this shock mount that I'm using on the Heil PR40. Now, this is not the shock mount that Heil produces for the PR40. That's obviously an excellent shock mount. This is the one that Samson makes, SAMSON, and this is the model SP01. It runs about $30, and so that's what I'm using here. So you can see as I'm moving stuff around here, I put my arms down on the desk, you're not really getting any of that sound. You'll hear in just a few moments as I start using these other two microphones that as I move my hands here, because I talk with my hands a lot, some of that noise is going to get transferred to these microphones, and so that's the advantage of having a shock mount for your microphone. So all this, of course, I've been recording with the Heil PR40. I think you have a really good understanding of the audio quality that it delivers. But here's what I'm going to do. Here's how this test is going to go. I'm going to talk about each of these three microphones as I go along, and then I have a paragraph that I'm going to read that I lifted off of our website over at the equipment recommendations page of goldenspiralmedia.com. So you'll get a clear and consistent example of all three of these microphones as I go from one to the other to the next. Now, the cool thing about the ATR2100, not only is it an XLR microphone, as you can see here, it has an XLR cable plugged into it that I'm using at first. It's also a USB microphone. It's compatible with Mac and PC. So I'm going to do one more test with it at the end of this video, and I'm going to demonstrate the quality of the ATR2100 as a USB microphone. So aside from that, and I'll describe that again as I get there, all of the audio is being recorded directly into my Zoom H2n. I'm not doing any post-production or processing on that audio. It's just as it comes into the microphone, into the mixer, and into the digital audio recorder. So here's that paragraph for the Heil PR40. Thanks for checking out our recommended equipment page. Here you'll find equipment recommendations for podcasting, web video, studio lighting, and other audio-video projects. Many of the items have recommendations for multiple budget levels. We've also made note of the items that we use in the Golden Spiral Media Studio. If you need more information, have any questions, or are interested in our consulting services, please contact us. So there you have it. That's the paragraph, and this is the Heil PR40. Now I'm going to move over to the Shure SM58. Okay, now we have the Shure SM58. I'm going to move this up here to my mouth. That's one thing I love about this on-stage mic stand that I'm using. Again, it's got that solid metal base, so you don't have to worry about it falling over or anything like that. It's nicely constructed, very durable, and then it has the adjustable neck, so no matter how tall you are or how tall the desk is that you've put it on top of, it's going to be able to adjust to reach your mouth at a comfortable level. So this is the Shure SM58 microphone. As I said, this microphone has been around forever. It is tried and true. This microphone is used on stages around the world every single day. The build quality has a reputation for being durable. You can drop these things. Yes, the grill might be dented, but the mic goes on and still sounds great. So this is a great microphone for build quality. But not only that, it has a reputation for being able to take your voice and reproduce the tones of your voice in a clean and accurate way, so that whatever the quality of your voice is, it's going to be accurately brought from the microphone into the recording system. So it's a really nice, high quality, durable microphone that has a strong reputation, has been around for a long time. We started out with these microphones with the Fringe podcast back in 2008, and we used these up until earlier this year, up until about mid-2013. I guess now we're into 2014. So these are great microphones. You're not going to regret getting this microphone at $99. Now, on Amazon and a few other places, you can find them bundled with an XLR cable. And if you don't have an XLR cable, a lot of times that bundle is cheaper than if you buy the mic and the cable separate. So look for that bundle, and I'll bet you that you'll save a few bucks if you get that bundle. So this is the Shure SM58, and again, the mic stand is the OnStage DS7200B. Here's that paragraph. Thanks for checking out our recommended equipment page. Here you'll find our equipment recommendations for podcasting, web video, studio lighting, and other audio-video projects. Many of the items have recommendations for multiple budget levels. We've also made note of the items that we use in the Golden Spiral Media Studio. If you need more information, have any questions, or are interested in our consulting services, please contact us. So I chose that paragraph obviously because it gives a little blurb about what we do at Golden Spiral Media, but it also gives a nice range of S's and P's and T's and a good spectrum of different vocal sounds so that you can understand what each of these microphones sounds no matter what you're speaking and what type of voice inflection that you're using. So this is the Shure SM58. Now I'm going to move over here to the ATR2100 from Audio-Technica. Okay, this is the Audio-Technica ATR2100, and this is a tremendous microphone. For the longest time, it was around $30, and I don't know if Audio-Technica has simply had some production issues that has caused the price to go up, or if they've realized that at $30 they were really undervaluing their microphone, and so therefore they've raised the price to about $50. It seems to be the going rate I've seen around lately. You might be able to still find it for around $30 though, so keep your eye out for that. But it's the ATR2100 from Audio-Technica. Even at $50, it is a great mic and a great value. Again, like I said, it's the USB and XLR style microphone, and you can hear the quality of my voice in this is very comparable here to the Heil PR 40, and you know, a lot of people think it's better than the SM58. I can't argue with that. It's a great microphone, and I think you'll really enjoy it. The thing that I like about this, and that's why I have it paired with this mic stand, this is an extremely portable microphone. As you'll see here in a minute when I demonstrate the USB quality of this microphone, you can travel with this microphone and get a great sound for your podcast no matter where you are. I used to travel with this mic stand here, and it's compact, it's easy to travel with. Now this base does get a little bit heavy, it's made out of solid metal. The thing that I didn't like besides the weight was this screw joint here. So it unscrews and you can take these pieces apart, so it fits nicely in your luggage. But that screw joint has some grease in there, and I didn't realize it the first time I traveled with it, and I just had it in my suitcase, and it ruined some of my clothing because the grease from that screw joint got on my clothing and I never could get it out. This mic stand doesn't have that because it's a fold-up mic stand. Now this is going to be a little bit noisy, but that's okay. You'll see here it just folds down, and and then kind of folds in on itself just like that. So this takes up almost no room in your luggage. In fact, the ATR2100 comes with a little zipper bag. It's got a slot on each side of the zipper bag. So on one side, I'll put the USB cable and the ATR2100, and on the other side of the zipper bag, I'll put my mic stand. And that's it. It's a very compact system, goes right into my luggage, and I don't have to worry about a mixer or other things because I can record right into my computer. So this is the ATR2100. You can see it's a great microphone, and you'll be impressed with the quality of the USB sound coming out of it that I'll demonstrate here in just a few minutes. Here's that paragraph. Thanks for checking out our recommended equipment page. Here you'll find equipment recommendations for podcasting, web video, studio lighting, and other audio-video projects. Many of the items have recommendations for multiple budget levels. We've also made note of the items we use in the Golden Spiral Media Studio. If you need more information, have any questions, or are interested in our consulting services, please contact us. So there you go. This is the ATR2100 from Audio-Technica using the XLR input. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to pause the video, and then I'm going to hook it up to my my iMac here as a USB microphone, and then I'm going to show you the audio quality of it as a USB microphone. Okay, now I have it set up here as a USB microphone. As you can see, the XLR cable has been disconnected, and I have it here connected as a USB. Now I'm recording this obviously with my Heil PR40, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the ATR2100 right into the Mac. I'm not going to actually record that audio from my Zoom H2n, because I want you to get a true, full understanding of what the ATR2100 sounds like just as it's recorded into your computer. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the Heil PR40 and bring the ATR2100 up, and all the audio that you'll hear from it will have been recorded right here on my computer, as you're going to see as I talk. Okay, there we go. As you can see, as I'm talking, it's coming on to the screen there and being recorded. Now, the software that I'm using to record this is Audacity. It's a free audio recording and audio editing software. It's available for PC, Mac, and Linux, so you really can't go wrong with it. Again, that's free. The mic stand is $12. The ATR2100, let's call it $50. Now, you have some shipping on top of that unless you're an Amazon Prime member. So if you're not a Prime member, you're still looking at less than $75 to sound totally professional with a mic stand, and some audio production software. You really can't beat that. And when you look at this setup right here, there's no reason not to sound professional with your podcast. So let me read this paragraph here and give you an understanding of what it sounds like going right into the computer as a USB microphone. Thanks for checking out our recommended equipment page. Here you'll find equipment recommendations for podcasting, web video, studio lighting, and other audio-video projects. Many of the items have recommendations for multiple budget levels. We've also made note of the items that we use in the Golden Spiral Media Studio. If you need more information, have any questions, or are interested in our consulting services, please contact us. So there you have it, folks. I hope that this demonstration today has given you a clear understanding of these three microphones, the Heil PR40, the Shure SM58, and the Audio-Technica ATR2100. Not only do we have different pieces of equipment and things that we recommend for podcasting, but as I mentioned in that paragraph that I've been reading, I'm available to hire as a podcasting consultant too, to help you get your podcast started in the right way, or to help you take your podcast and improve the sound quality. In addition to that, maybe you don't like the audio editing process, this Audacity stuff over here that I'm showing you now. That's one of the things that we feature at Golden Spiral Media. We can take care of the production work for you. So go check out all of our equipment over at goldenspiralmedia.com/equipment. And if you're interested in some of our production services or our other services that we offer, go check those out at goldenspiralmedia.com/services. Well, best of luck to you and all of your podcasting endeavors. Thank you for tuning into this video today. All the best to you.